All right, so we're going to start off by peeling and dicing 3 cups of apples. And just fair warning, if you are cooking at home and you have dogs, they will show up. No seeds, no stems, no flowers. One thing I did forget, cutting boards can be a little on the wiggly side. You go to your local hardware store, Walmart, Dollar Tree, anything like that, they will have these, which are a shelf liner that offers a little bit of friction. Put that underneath your chopping board, solid as a rock. You're going to want to dice up the apples in about 1/4-inch pieces, depending on whether you're going for muffins, mini muffins. This can also be used as a bundt cake, actually, that it was originally for. But I prefer doing mini muffins because there's a lot of sugar in this. Between the wife and I, we aren't going to eat a whole batch, but if I bring it to work, they will vanish quickly. You want to get as much peel off as possible, but a little bit won't hurt. I cook for my own enjoyment and hopefully my wife's enjoyment, which is the best way to be. Cook for yourself, don't cook for others to look at your cooking and think of it as perfection. Maybe somebody out there has an easier way of cutting or dicing apples. Feel free to leave a comment at the bottom if you do. This is the way I always did it. That doesn't mean it's perfect or the best way. Yeah, the other thing that happens when you're cooking around dogs is sometimes you get a little crazy one who thinks the chopping board is somebody knocking on a door. Don't mind a little girl barking in the background. That should be 3 cups. So 3 cups finely diced apples. And now we move on to the next step. Next step, to lightly toast 1 cup of walnuts. These are chopped walnuts. You definitely want small pieces for, well, pretty much any application of this. 1 cup. Now, you don't have to use cast iron for this step. I just happen to like using cast iron, and I've got a lot of it. You want to warm your pan up over medium heat. You don't want it to get too hot. Something that comes in real handy. Not sponsored by these guys. I like them. Basically, a surface temperature thermometer. Just shoot the laser at your pan, and it tells you what the temperature is at the surface. We're at 200 degrees, so we'll just throw them in there and we'll let the heat come up on them. You also want to make sure you do this step in a dry pan. Don't add oil. Eventually, you're going to start smelling the walnuts toasting. Actually smell very good. There we go. You might actually see a little bit of smoke. All that is just a little of the walnut oil in the pan. Now that we've started to get them roasting. They're lightly toasted, so we're going to get them right off the heat. Should have already had the bowl ready, but that's my mistake. Take them right out of the heat so that they don't actually start to burn, because the cast iron will definitely keep its heat going for a while. And there we go, roasted walnuts. Okay, next step is we need to combine the apples and the walnuts with 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, or 2 teaspoons, sorry, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Basically dump everything in one large bowl. Vanilla is going to help the cinnamon stick to the other ingredients. And just stir it up till everything is coated. Now we move on to the wet ingredients. For the dry ingredients, what we have is 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of just regular table salt. What you want to do, put them all together in a large bowl, and take a little whisk. It can be a chicken whisk if you'd like, and just mix the salt, the baking soda in with the flour thoroughly. Now, your choice if you want to sift the flour or not before you put it into the recipe. It does make a little bit of a difference as far as the lift, but it certainly won't affect the flavor. And that's it for the dry ingredients. All right, for the wet ingredients, what we've got, you want to use a stand mixer. You can use a handheld one, but a stand mixer is definitely going to make it easier. We have got 2 full cups of sugar. I never claimed this was a health food, as you're about to see even more of. 1 1/4 cups of regular vegetable oil. And 3 whole eggs. I know sugar is technically dry, but in this case, it's one of the wet. I learned the hard way a long time ago, always start on low. Unless you enjoy wearing your ingredients. You want to combine these until they are fully integrated together. Just like that. And then we're going to take our dry ingredients and slowly add them in with it on low. Again, unless you enjoy flour showers, use a paper plate or a funnel. This will get very thick. And just pick up the speed for a minute just to get everything mixed and off the sides. And that looks good. Just scrape off the beater. And that's why I say use a stand mixer, because this gets very thick and an electric hand mixer may not be able to handle it. And now we go mix the rest of the ingredients together. All right, now for the hardest part of this whole process. Mixing the two together, because this is thick. Just getting it out of the bowl is always a chore. But nobody ever said anything that was worth doing was easy. Once you've got all that in there, just mix it all together. You want to make sure you get all the way down on the bottom too, because the apples and the walnuts tend to sit there and not get mixed in. That's it. Now we are ready to put it in a pan. Technically, the recipe that I use for this is supposed to use a Bundt pan. Unfortunately, I don't have a Bundt pan, but you can use I think this is a 9 by 13 glass pan. I've also used it in a mini-muffin pans, which they come out fantastic as little mini muffins. But one thing you definitely want to do, because this is very sticky, is you want to make sure that you coat this well with a cooking spray and either flour it separately, or I use Baker's Joy, which already has the flour in it, and it seems to work really well. And you want to make sure you get this into every corner, or you are not getting this out of the pan. And then just put it in the pan. It also weighs a ton, so if you have a bowl with a handle, I envy you. Make sure you get all that goodness out of the bowl. Just spread it in there so that it goes right into the corners. Try to make it as even and level as possible. Next step, oven. And you want to set your oven to normal bake, 325 degrees. All right, so here we go. Straight into the oven, 325 degrees. And now we wait. All right, it's been about an hour now. Now we give it the knife test. Stick a knife in the middle. Comes out clean. We're all done. Now we just wait for it to cool. And there we go with the final product. Once it cools down enough, we'll slice out a piece and take a look. All right, here we go. Time to dig in. And there you go. One piece of apple walnut cake. It's definitely a moist cake. It is definitely a fall apart cake. Not health food, but man, it tastes good. Well, recipe is in the description below. If you want to make it at home, let me know how it turned out, and thanks for watching.